So when you get here, you open up the panel, and before you do any kind of programming, etc., you want to ensure that load 1, which is where the power is coming from, is set to enable, but it's currently that light is off, which means there's no power going to the lights right now, which is what you want when you set this. If there is currently power going on, you hit this on-off button, that'll turn the power off, and that will enable you to make changes to the system. Then the next thing you can do is you see the button in the middle here that says run. You can drop it down to set and you can hit review, and it will begin to review all of the current settings. Day 1, you can see it is to switch off at 7:09 a.m. as it indicated by the flashing light. And you can continue to hit review and it will say day 2 switch off, day 2 switch on at 6:55, and you see the light is flashing here. So I can hit review again and continue to do that to make sure that these are all working. But again, the key for us is we're going to be using Astro, which is the cycle that just uses the built-in sunrise and sunset calculations, which means we're not going to set every day. All of the days are going to be set based on the Astro schedule. If you're skipping forward to the section of this video which just has the change to the time and date, you still need to ensure that this part has been set up for you so that there's no power going to the lights at this moment. This needs to be set on enable, but this light can't be lit, which means there's power going to the lights, as well as you'll hear a big hum. So you'd have to hit this button to turn it off. And then you can go ahead and go through the procedure to change the time or the date. So the key to this, if you want to just change the time, you have to also change the date. So you take and you hit the run and you go to set. You choose setup. You choose clear to clear the date out. And we'll put in the same date, 10/01/23. We hit OK. There's the time. We have to clear that time, and we put in 10/17, and you need to put in the AM or PM, whichever it is. You choose OK, and you can make a change to this if you want, which is our zone. But it's always going to be 6. So we hit OK. And the changes we need to make have been made, because we don't need to change the sunrise and the sunset. So it says end of review, but we have made the changes to the time and date. Put it back into run, it saves it, and now you can see the time has been changed. So let's say there's a problem and you need to reset all of the data. First thing you need to make sure is you're set to run. Then you hold down the clear button and you take this little stick here that we've got sitting up in the little bag. You press the reset button, you release it, and you wait until reset comes up, and you can see that the time and date and everything has been changed here again. All of the data has been wiped, and then we can start from fresh. Okay, so now you've reset the system, and we currently see the date is, our day is 01 and the time is 12 o'clock, which is not the actual time because we've reset it. So we want to go ahead and put the button into the set position, and the first thing it's going to ask us for is the date, and our current date is 09/30/23, and we'll hit OK. So now we're going to put in the time, and our current time is going to be 3:10 p.m. and we will hit OK. And our zone, as you see it's flashing here, our zone is 6. Based on the Astro chart, we hit OK. And we go through these. This is when the sunrise time is at 7:09 a.m. Sunset time is 6:55 p.m. based on the current dates. And then it's our reference number. This is when we go ahead and hit the program key. And you'll see it's asking us for the day of the week. So now our day of the week for us is going to be 0, because that represents all of the days, and we hit OK. And then the next thing we want to do is, when do we want it switched on? We want it when the sun goes down, so we press our Astro button. which is sundown, and we hit OK. And then it's asking us for when do we want it switched off. We want it at, when do we want it off is at sun up time. So we hit OK. And it's set. So now we put it into the run mode. And you can see that our day of the week is correct. Our time is now correct. It's 3:11 p.m. because that's flashing. And if you want to see what the sunrise and sunset times are, you can put it back into set. You can hit review. And that's on day one at 7:09. And you can hit OK. And there's day one, 6:55, day two, keep hitting it, day three, etc. So the system is now set.